Long's office with the man himself, Mr. Universe Greg Long. Greg, got a question for you. In the early years of your bodybuilding career, who was your greatest inspiration?
You know, there was a guy up in New York, Farmingdale, New York, that I had met in 1974 at the Mr. America, was Steve Mahalik. Great guy, could talk to him. He's one of them guys you could walk up to and ask a question, and no matter what was going on, he would stop and he would really tell you something that most bodybuilders at that time or any time it's hard to get through. Is whatever your question was, he would take the time to answer it, and he was great for that, and I really admired him for that. So at the America, after the show, I had hooked up with him one more time and said, geez, I'd like to meet you, me and my brother and my training partners. I heard that he trains, or I was training similar to him. And we did lots of sets, 20 sets of body part, sometimes 30 sets of body part. But he was doing it longer than us. And he said to come up one time to Farmingdale and we sit down and maybe get a training program out and work out together and so on. And I said, yeah, we'll do that. But it never happened, you know. It did happen, but I mean, it took years, you know. And so in 1977, I had opened my gym up, and right after that, within that year, we decided we got to go to see Steve and see what's going on, because we were still banging away and doing our thing and making gains, but it would have been nice to see what's going on with him, if he's still doing the same thing that we were doing in the 74, around the 74. So we went up, and the guy was just sensational. Again, stopped, took the time to greet us, and he didn't know, you know, he remembered me somewhat, I guess, but when we started to talk about the sets and everything, he remembered. The story got a little bit closer to what we were talking about in 74. So then I asked him, I says, I'd like to know what you were doing. How's the program working for you now? Are you doing the same thing? Did you change anything? You've been doing it longer than we have. What do I can expect from doing these sets? You know, I back off, I play with certain things. I can't do 30 sets all the time. I can't do 20 all the time. I've been doing 12, 15, 20, 30, 40. What do you think? Is that what you've been playing with? And have you been making good gains from it? And the guy stopped and turned around and said, you know, Greg, I'm going to train. I'm going to get done. Can you wait a little bit? We'll go in the office. We'll sit down. And that's what the guy did. I mean, he got done training, and he asked if we wanted to train with him at that time, and unfortunately we had already trained to get up there. And I told him no, I said, we were pretty messed up, but I really do want to talk to you. And he did. We sat down, and I bet we talked 3, 4, 5 hours, could have stayed all night. And of course we went over what our programs that we were talking about, and he gave me some insight, more insight about what to expect from these things, and what to feel about training. And this way, that's when you make changes, when you start feeling these certain things coming on. And we mentioned the certain things, these lethargic feelings and really problems sleeping and on. There was quite a bit of things to talk about, too much for this moment that we're going to talk on this tape, but we did talk about them, and we were having these feelings, and he said, when that happens, that's when you got to make a decision you got to make a change. You have to do it within a few days, because if you don't, it'll fry you. This program is excellent for making lean mass, but also it can overtrain you. You're overtraining your system. Not you're going to overtrain, because you're going to start making yourself feel like you're doing the same thing over and over, punishing your body, punishing it. And no matter how much you change the exercise, the intensity is so great that you're just punishing yourself on that same level. It doesn't matter if you're doing 12 sets, 10 sets. Sometimes you have to take a break, and you got to read into that. So he opened my eyes up a lot to that, and really after we left there, we realized we got to start listening to ourselves a little more deeper. He was probably the guy that got me to learn how to listen to myself more than we have been paying attention to, because everybody gets hung up on the program and forget about themselves. So that man really was the guy, and I'll tell you right now, I never got back to him. One more time we went out, and I didn't see him from there on until, I know he passed away, but I did get in touch with him about a year before he passed away, and told him that I was successful in winning all the shows, that even more than I wanted to win. They just happened to roll in there because I was just getting better and better. And we were supposed to get together on a Skype radio show, talk show, and then he passed away. And I never, but I did have the opportunity to tell him thank you for helping me out so much in my career. And to this day, I won them shows not because only I had great training partners, but I had a guy who guided me through the tough times that could have been disastrous, maybe even get hurt, or maybe just so overwhelming the programs that I could have just burned out and said, forget it. You know, I think I'll live like a normal human, you know what I mean? But he guided me, and it really worked. It was a neat thing to meet, a great guy to meet. I was supposed to meet him, and that's all there was to it. I was destined to meet him. Me and Champion Dan we're destined to meet this guy, and I was really happy to meet him, and very sorry that I couldn't meet him again, and very sorry he passed away. I missed the guy. And again, it would have been an interesting talk show, I know it, because we both have learned so much, and we were still busy at performing. So just want to say thanks, Steve Mahalik, and whatever his family's at and everything, that he was a good man, and he helped me out tremendously.
Well, thank you, Greg. It's a real honor to be sitting here getting that information from you. And Steve Mahalik, rest in peace.